on. Thank you, Chief. Welcome back, everyone, to A Place in Space. It is Tuesday. We're back to regular programming, and it's not the biggest week in the world, which is sometimes cool because it means we get to slow down the pace for just a second and take a good look through some of the treasures which are arriving this week. Kicking off on, yes, another facsimile, but a corker. Amazing Spider-Man 121. I don't know what it is about the one-something ones, but if you look at the 101s, the 121s, the 181s, there are some big books attached to those in various titles over the years. This one, full spoiler alert, but she's been dead for a while, then she came back. It's the Death of Gwen Stacy. Absolutely massive issue, as I can sure you can imagine back in the day when it came out. This panel, well, pick any panel if you want, it's such an iconic issue. But yeah, finding the original first print of that in the same condition is not going to be fun. So if you fancy a facsimile for a couple of bucks, jump right in here. Speaking of Spidey, I know that pesky Arachnid Chief, he'll be thwarting you on the list very soon. However, 27 is beautifully illustrated by Steve McGuinness. Steve McGuinness? I'm getting that wrong. Ed McGuinness. Thank you, Thomas, correcting himself. That looks beautiful. So obviously, I still won't talk about it yet, but there was a big issue just gone. I'm sure there are spoilers all over the net. If you haven't read it yet, get on it, because there are going to be some titles dropping very soon which will give the game away. All right. Now, we're going to dial back 16 years. He says, doing some very quick maths, which is probably wrong. 16-ish years to Battlechasers. Now, Joe Madura kind of stopped halfway through, I think it's fair to say, really, and went off to the wonderful world of video games and bought you all things Dark Stalkers, Dark Souls, I'm told, maybe, possibly, who knows. Joe Madura's original artwork as is. Now, Gilly, the aforementioned hero, she's been adventuring, lost, I think you can say, for the last 16 years, but she's back. Joe says the story is here to be completed. If you haven't ever read it, this is one of the original pioneering Dungeons and Dragon-esque fantasy stories that Image pumped out back in the day, and it was massive. Okay, so there is a trade that will get you caught back up to speed.
Cliffhanger, I think, not Image.
Cliffhanger. Really? Yeah. I'm being corrected live on video, folks. It's all good. I like that. All right, Black Panther #1 is now out. Now, Al Ewing's over. He's given up writing all things dark and grisly on the Immortal Hulk, obviously, and he's taken a couple of years out, and now he's back all front and centre on Marvel. Now, Black Panther does not currently, well, sorry, Wakanda doesn't currently have a king, but it does have a hero. That's Al Ewing's take on it. But I want to talk about Chris Allen, because Chris Allen's artwork, I flicked through a couple of pages and blew me the hell away. If you don't know who Chris Allen is, he's doing stuff that looks a little bit like this. If you fancy yourself a big, built-up metropolis, thriving Wakandian cityscapes, jump right in here. That looks like an absolutely awesome starting point. Black Panther #1 out now, out this week. Okay, definitely not kid-friendly, but bear with me. So, from the pages of Barbaric, and when I'm talking about Barbaric, I am talking about this. Your main protagonist literally had an axe, which was a talking alcoholic. That's what it says on the tin, really. It's definitely a bit of a Ron Seal job. You are bought Queen of Swords. If you fancy Conan, which is more outlandish than ever before, if you ever read Rat Queens and thought, how much further can this stuff go? Jump right in there. That's Barbaric. That's the Queen of Swords miniseries spin-off. I want to see that continue. It's probably a 6-issue mini, but we'll see where that one goes. Dead by Daylight #1. I know nothing about this other than I think it looks cool, and I can't find out about it because it's sealed in a poly bag, which comes with a code if you want to scratch it off. That is by Nadia Shammers. She's just wrapped up Ms. Marvel on her 50-issue run. Congratulations on the 50-issue run, by the way. It is not a said and done that you get to do that for Marvel these days. That is very cool. But that is Dead by Daylight, brought to you by Titan Publishing, out this week. That looks to be all things slasher horror comic tie into the game if you want to get involved. I wish I could show you the artwork. If it's anything like the cover, woof, that looks very cool. But we're going to finish, before we get to covers of the week, on the team who bought you Oblivion Song. Robert Kirkman at this point is massive. He's probably one of the biggest independent creating giants in the industry. Now, Lorenzo De Felici, I apologise if I'm mispronouncing your name, sir. Beautiful artist. If you've never read Oblivion Song, sci-fi up there with the best of them, jump right in here. Now, I've had a quick little flick through it. My opinion differs to Chiefs. We went for a slightly hybridy G.I. Joe meets Transformers-esque mashup. That seems to be the rough opinions on the doors here. But either way, if you're a Kirkman fan, I'm sure you'll find much to enjoy. If you're just a sci-fi fan, I'm sure you will find much to enjoy. That is out now this week. For how long, I do not know. Everything on Image right now, from Mark Miller's creations to Robert Kirkman's, is disappearing. So if you want one, get in quick. eBay pre-orders are literally evaporating as I'm talking. Also, as I'm talking, don't watch me, go and watch Whatnot, because we're selling stuff on there right now as well. It's all going on this week. All guns blazing. Right, a few quick covers of the week, and then I think we are good. Amazing Spider-Man's Disney What If variants continue. That is What If Mickey was the Invincible Iron Man, of course. These are happening every other issue, so don't go looking for every single one. It's every other one. So this is 27. The next one will be on Amazing Spider-Man 29. Little Scotty, cheeky, but I like it. Lovely yellow background, gets it done, nicely done. If you're a Scotty fan, very cool. Derek Chu, however, is going for all sorts of detail this week. That's Cleo, the wife of the aforementioned Doctor Strange, on the Doctor Strange 4, he says too confidently. 4, I was right for once. I like it, I'll take that. This is complete out the gate, left field for me this week. Now, Ryan Cady has been doing some horror stories recently, but his last collaboration, believe it or not, was with Machine Gun Kelly, and I promise you that is the only time I will ever mention that name on this video. But he brings you now with Haunt Me to the End. That was just grisly. That's cover B, and I don't know why, I just found it very, very eerie, and it tickled me a little bit, and I wanted to put it in. I know it's not the normal kind of stuff I chuck in this section, but I really did find that a lot of fun. I want to talk about this ever so slightly. I know you all know about Spawn at this point, but I think for $2.99, the fact it's on the market with the kind of prestige and the artwork that it is wonderful. And also the cardstock somehow this week it got even thicker. McFarlane is spoiling us, folks. That's almost got some like matte varnish to it. It feels a little bit canvassy. You kind of got to hold it. I know that won't come too well through in the video, but just trust me when I'm saying holding that feels like a delight. Todd McFarlane, if you're watching, I know you are. Thank you. But I'm going to finish up on this because I just found it very fun. There was a little bit of an artist change behind the scenes. That's going to go to Ben Su there. Initially, I think a different artist was announced for the Planet of the Apes variant, but Ben Su, take a bow, sir. I absolutely love that. That's very playful. Right, folks, I'll love you and leave you for now. If you are watching, thank you very much for joining us today. There's a What Not show on right now. There'll be another one from me and the Chief on Thursday, and as always, there'll be one on Saturday. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and if you can, and all that good jazz, it's always good. And I'll see you soon. Much love.